Hello and welcome to part 2 of the pajama episode of my wardrobe flip, where I'm trying to make myself a new wardrobe, but one that I really like, one that sparks joy, if you will, one that kind of helps me feel like the version of myself that I want to be. This video is going to dive right on in. So the original plan was to make a cutesy top and long pants for one of the sets. I didn't have enough fabric to do it. I thought about going and getting some more, but it would have been time out of the day, and I just not sure if I could really pull that off and then do all this and get this video out on time. So I thought, okay, well, I'm gonna make shorts then, because I have enough fabric for shorts and a cute top. So then I was trying to put the top together and finagle actually Coraline's bralette tutorial, but something that I just vastly underestimated / hoped it would just work out was she was using stretchy fabric, and this is not stretchy at all. It's not terrible. I used her pattern and then I adjusted a lot of different things. I didn't cut it at an angle, I added extra fabric to the back. There's a lot here, okay? And I don't know what I'm gonna do, honestly. I know I have extra fabric, I'm just not sure. I don't know. I still want a two-piece set, but it's just not looking as probable. So I'm going to go ahead and make shorts, even though that was not the plan at all from the beginning. And then I think in the future I'm going to try and make a matching top for this to complete a little set. We'll see. We'll see. And then I'll try sleeping in them and see if they're legit, you know? So anyways, I'm taking a free pattern, I'm going to link it down below, but it's the Joanna Bloom Studio Judy shorts. I love this pattern. I feel like it's so easy to follow and so it looks good. It's a very good basic short. It's a free pattern. I haven't really worn the shorts that I've made with this pattern yet. I've made one other pair and then I'm going to make these. Last time I didn't make it with pockets, this time I'm making it with pockets. I just was putting in this, and this took a second to get. I ordered it off of Amazon. So I got this to make a little satin edge on my fabric. You'll see it'll stick out on the sides of the shirt. I just thought it would be a cute touch. I had ideas and it's just not really working out. I wanted to cuff the shorts, and now I'm kind of thinking that the pattern being cuffed isn't going to be as cute as I thought it was. I think it would be cuter if I had white flannel fabric to offset it, but yeah, it's just, this is how projects are, and I need to remember that I don't want to compromise on my ideas and these projects, because this is supposed to make a wardrobe that I'm crazy about, not just I'm okay with it. The ribbon was a mistake. finished. Done. Turned out cuter than I thought it would. This is not my best angle. I've been so focused on trying to get these pieces done because, you know, timing and putting videos out. Somebody else has done this. This is where I even got the idea to do it, was somebody else. I'll link her video down below. But in watching it, I'm realizing it's not telling me what she's doing, so I'm gonna share with you what I do. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but we can learn together, I suppose. I bought the pattern that she recommended as a good base on Etsy. It's called the Orla dress. I'm gonna do exactly what that girl talked about doing, which is I'm just gonna cut straight instead of doing a V-neck because I want it to be that scoop neck. We're doing the mirror place, trying to do that dress for a nightgown. Same reason as what that girl said, actually. It's like I can't afford it, but I don't want to buy a cheapo knockoff stolen content offline, so probably the next best option. We are using the poly fabric, but I would like to mirror exactly what she said. If I could, and I knew I was good at using silk, I might try that, but it's also really expensive, so this is what we're doing for now. I'm going to press the edge, and I'm going to just test it on the selvage first to make sure it doesn't melt. And then we're going to try this. I've never sewn with slick fabric or with like chiffon or delicate fabrics, so also if this helps anyone, you may see in the back corner there's a chunk of fabric missing. I did test this fabric and the chiffon by putting it through the washer and dryer, and it didn't shrink and it didn't get ruined or anything, so I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned about it shrinking after it's all put together. I am concerned, however, about the chiffon deteriorating, so I'm just gonna make sure I do like the stay stitches and I finish everything properly. We should be fine. It says you don't need any seam allowance. Unfortunately, this is where I messed up, and you actually need seam allowance right here, so don't do what I did. I want to look more put together in this stuff in the future, but for now it is a survival, okay? Some developments. I cut out both the layers of the fabric, and I layered the satin and then the chiffon right on top, and just stitched it after I already put in a stay stitch to protect the fabrics. So now what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this garment with French seams. So I'm going to go ahead and connect the back. We have a little bit of a problem. This doesn't reach the end, which I don't understand. But the point is, go ahead and finish this with a French seam, and we'll fold it inside of itself and stitch it. We might cut off a little bit or something. It just sucks that it doesn't reach. I don't get that. So, and then I'll do the same with the chiffon. And then I'm thinking I might do that with the top too before I attach the neckline. I still have to make the neckline, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. What the heck, man? What happened to my other pattern piece? I just had it. Damn it. this together.
Yeah.
I forgot to put the top layer in between.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was like, wait a second. If you're wondering at all what I was doing with like attaching this kind of funny, you see how it like doesn't lay flat? I did that on purpose because the Mirror Place dress has like kind of almost volume to it. They kind of like bunched it up, but the more I like looked at it, the more I felt like it was either cut on the bias. If I remember correctly, I did do that. I cut it like on the bias, but then I also made it extra and then I just kind of bunched it in different places to give it that zhuzh. I don't know what happened. As soon as I attached the neckline, it made it incredibly tight. I did not foresee that happening, I'm not gonna lie. It was semi-tight before, just when it was the base dress. I don't know what to do. Definitely not a great job done on my part. I don't know what I even did wrong. I pressed the seams. I sewed very intentionally. I didn't skip the basting stitches like I normally do. Oh yeah, here we are again. Second attempt, because I can't let it go. I was originally going to release the pajama video all in one with all the sewing and whatnot, but the fact that 2 of my projects were a flop just doesn't sit right with me. I held back those 2 from that video, and I'm determined that in this video we're gonna make these things. I'm gonna be satisfied with it. There's no way around it. So there were a couple reasons that I believe the first version of this pink dress failed so hard. And I think one of the major things that I didn't consider is I just cut no dip in the neck at all. It was just straight across. But I was thinking about it. If you take something that's, you know, got like a neckline like this, and then you cut out that V, you're taking out so much. I'm gonna put a little bit more of the V back into it, specifically also because in the picture you can tell that there is somewhat of a V to the neck. It's not just like straight across. I'm thinking I'm gonna redo the neckline. I got all new fabric yesterday just to completely redo this. I got fusible interfacing to try and make this work better. I'm still not sure how I'm gonna do this differently. I did look up like why it got all funky, and there were different things said online about if you're cutting a neckline, it generally goes across the grain. So it's very prone to warping, and that makes sense. If I was editing the footage and I'm like, wow, I wasn't handling that carefully at all. So that didn't help. And honestly, I think I probably would have been able to get away with it all had I not done this bunching of the chiffon, which I feel very conflicted about because I don't know how I'm going to do that then. You may remember, as do I didn't add the seam allowance where I was supposed to. So you don't need any seam allowance. And I think that in combination with my complete takeaway of any sort of V in the neck, all of that kind of led to there being hardly any room to breathe. Is there anything else? I'm gonna focus on this project right now. I'm looking at my shorts and the top situation. I got elastic thread for it and I really want to tackle that right now because I have lost sleep over this dress. Part of me wants to just walk away from it and not think about it, but that would be me giving up, and I don't want to give up on it yet. I want to win. I want to complete this project and be able to put it away. I don't know if the fusible interfacing is going to work. I've never used fusible interfacing, but I am curious to find out. Okay, well, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Few things irritate me more than chiffon. Chiffon makes me want to curse. Here, I should not be lazy. I'm about to cut out the chiffon part of the neckline. I came this close to taking the easy way out, but I had to remind myself that is not what we're doing. We're trying to make the things that we really, really want. I was looking at the picture. I bet you that they gave it more fabric at the curve, like here and down. But otherwise, it's like pretty standard, I think. Okay, so I've been rewatching that girl's tutorial over and over again, trying to figure out the neckline because I'm like confused as to what she's talking about. But with the way that she words it, what I think she did is I think she kept it as deep as it was and then she just rounded it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I feel some congratulations are in order. This is the first time I've ever made bias tape or used it at all. I mean, I haven't attached it yet, so maybe I shouldn't say anything. So I did a French seam on the front, and then I was starting to get worried about warping, which rightfully so, because we have a little bit of gapping on the chiffon layer in the back, but I think I'll be able to just kind of like make it work. But I was thinking about the order of things and that I wanted to get the neckline done. However, I think that the bias tape finishing the underarm area is gonna have to go on before the neckline, and I think I'm gonna do it all the way around to the very back just to hold everything in place. I feel like it might be necessary, you know? I don't know. I've tried to be so careful not to just handle the fabric willy-nilly this time, but I have been even more careful with the neckline pieces, they're sitting right behind me. They're on a stool. They're all folded up all together. I'm just sitting there. And I'm going to be so careful this next time trying to do the neckline. But I have a lot of hope in this. I think that we're already off to a much better start than we were before. So that's positive. I did the fusible interfacing on the front, which, come to think about it, I probably could have done it on the back one. It's making me a little nervous already. Oh, there's so many steps left. I thought I would be done with this tonight, and it's 10:15, and I'm gonna have to go to bed. I thought I was gonna be done. For the life of me, I cannot figure out how to attach the neck to that nightgown. I didn't think it would be this much of a headache, but it is. So I've moved on for a minute to just kind of like try and do something that's gonna feel somewhat successful to me. And so I'm like kind of Frankensteining this like pajama top, and I'm actually kind of excited about it, but I've never done shirring. I'm about to do that shirring, however you say it. I've been trying to debate how to alter the pattern to include a panel of shirring. This could be a fail, I know that, and I think I'm ready to risk it again, even though I might cry. It just kind of like hit me in the face today that it was like, you know, I've been trying so hard to just like race through and like get these things done so that I can make videos. I feel like God's shown me that's just not how it goes. Especially if you want things that you actually like, you have to put in the time and the effort to make it nice. Maybe someday I'll be able to just whip things out really quick, but I don't think today is that day. Behind me we have the pajama top. I really wasn't sure if I was going to do anything with this or just abandon it, but I think we have just enough fabric that we could make something. I'm going to recut this too because I feel like this got warped, and so I think I'm just going to throw this away. You guys, I sheared fabric for the first time. I don't know how to say it. Sheared. Now, the fabric is really heavy weight, and I kind of foresaw this happening, that it's not as good as it could be. But you know what? I'm just so tickled pink that this worked.